Who's gonna want me? I'm gonna be 38, I'm fat, I'm a pain in the ass.
But you're French.
Hello, welcome to Premiere Scene. I'm Claire Bueno as Julie Delpy and Chris Rock attend their premiere for 2 days in New York. The film that shows us that you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family.
I have a kid, I'm struggling with incontinence, but I'm doing my exercise, okay? Like right now I'm squeezing. Squeezing. Okay, I'm letting go. My love life is over. 37.
You're playing the lead as well as writing and directing. Yes. So how do you, preparation must be everything. So how do you...
Well, I'm very well prepared. I come to the set with, everything is pre-planned, shot list. Every prop on set is already decided. I like to be super duper prepared while I start the shooting. So what I worry about is directing and acting, which is already, a lot.
Pressure in itself, because how do you let go of the directing side of it just to be able to sort of really be in the moment with what you're performing?
Well, I would say a lot of the takes I can, in the dailies, I can see that I'm actually directing while I'm on screen. So out of those 5 takes, there's only maybe 1-2 takes where I'm actually acting. But I'm like, it's very hard. Like, you have to find the right balance between being in the moment, because acting is only about being in the moment, and, forgetting that you're the director for just the moment of the take, and then snap back into the director's chair. Once you say to yourself, cut. Okay.
I have to say, I felt very sorry for him when I saw him in the film. All of a sudden, he's happy, and then chaos ensues, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. The in-laws come, and they're French, but they're kind of ghetto French. They're not the sophisticated French we're used to seeing in movies. And, it just gets really funny. I hope people come out and see the movie, because it's shockingly funny.
He says you're happy with Obama, man?
Oh, I'm very happy with Obama. Just because there's a black president doesn't mean I can't get critical.
Ouais, il aime Obama beaucoup.
That's it?
It's good to be in control, I would have thought, as well, of your own material.
Well, I realized early on in my career that if you don't have good dialogue to say, it's very hard for me to be good. Like, if the dialogue really sucks, it's really hard to be good actress. You're a good actress when you have the good part and the good dialogue. And I figured that out actually on Before Sunrise, the first film, when I wrote most of my dialogue, and I realized, if you write dialogue that makes sense or that's good, I don't know if I write good dialogue. To my taste, the dialogue that I say is not bad, it makes sense, it's realistic, it's funny, but I'm trying to make it as good as possible. But I've read things that were outrageously bad in dialogue, and I'm like, how can I do this well? It's very hard.
It's very hard to connect to it.
Because I'm not so good of an actress, so I need good dialogue to actually be good. But, then I'm going to have to write my own script. Or meet really good directors, which so far, they're not asking. They have in the past, but right now, there's a few of my friends that I'm going to work with in the future, but,
Good radio?
Yeah, I have a few shows. 2 on public radio and 1 on Sirius.
Dis donc, là, il a la grippe et ça pourrait être sérieux.
Oh, dis donc, leur système d'aération, hein.
What was it about Marion that you wanted to sort of re-explore, really?
What?
About Marion, the character you wanted to
I wanted to explore something a little more grown up. Like, I wanted to see her in a situation where she was with kids, in a relationship where the stakes, if the thing fall apart, it's not just her, it's the kid, it's the other kid, she has a lot to lose in this.
Consequence.
Yeah, but in a funny way. It's all very funny and light, the film.
And part of the subplot is that she sells her soul. Can you?
To someone that we will keep, secret. Yeah, she sells a soul. It's a conceptual act. She does that to stand up as an artist, because it's very hard nowadays to kind of stand up. And she's not so great of an artist, so she has to do something to be noticed. And I like the concept of selling the soul. I think it's a funny idea.
And it does have a consequence of what happened. It does affect her, doesn't it?
Yeah, because Marion is too neurotic to actually sell her soul without thinking that something is actually happening to her. Like, she's not cynical enough to totally be giving up on the idea of the soul. You know what I mean? That's why I think the film, the character to me is endearing, because she's actually not cynical. She wants to be cynical, but in the end, she's terrified of selling her soul.
Julie wrote the part with you in mind.
Did
she pick up on your nuances because she knew you as a person?
Maybe a little bit, but I get to really act in this movie.
Well, I looked at his shows. I knew his work. Originally I wanted to work with him. That's why I wrote the part for him. So I knew his work, and You know, when I was writing, my friends, Alexia would always make fun of me because they would say I would channel my inner Chris Rock, and I would actually say the line as I was writing it, like Chris Rock would say his line.
No good. Air conditioning, no good.
Yeah, but it comes in handy in the summer.
Well, thanks to Chris and to Julie as they continue to make their way down the red carpet. I'm Claire Bueno, and we'll see you next time.
We haven't had sex in 1 year. He doesn't even want a blowjob anymore.
outta here.
I thought it was my specialty.
I have never dreamed